What's good, YouTube? DMP the gamer here. We on that MyNBA on 2K. I'm here to just to update on my MyNBA. I haven't really been doing the thing right, so I'm here just to show you guys we have went through the years. We still got you know. The scenarios for everyone, whoever wants to try it out. And I guess it's a whole new eras, you could say. Like the Magic era. I got my own created players in it. You guys could go create your own players, edit the players that I have made, or use the players that I have made. All my players are made for a specific reason. So I've been doing 2K for a long time. So some of my original my players, whenever I used to create my players off of just random personas, they're in these eras. Now I mostly just replicate NBA legends and current NBA players. But yeah, back then I actually got a little creative with my mob players and made them their own person. That's back whenever the stories were good. My career story now is kind of just overplayed. It's outplayed, to be honest. It's about the same every year. It's where it's just not enough info or good storytelling. So it's not like it used to be. But let me get right back to where I was at. So basically, with the years to get a better understanding, it says 1971-72. This, if it was the current year for like modern time, because daNation is a whole different timeline. So this would be 1980. It's just 10 more like years ahead. Like the 80s right here, 82, 83. That's really like the 90s. This is the early 2000s, and then this is 2010s, and this is 2020s. And then we're here where it says 37, 36, 37. That's the current year. So like we're in the future now. And then we also have the FIBA. If you want to play the FIBA, we have the guys that are in the current, in the future. They're right there with the FIBA. I'll show you the rosters here in a second. We still got the college hoops as well for the guys in the current era. And then I have my other league that is supposed to rival the NBA pretty much. And it's a crazy league because if you play that with my settings and my sliders and how I have everything set up, the players play so fluently and it looks so real, and it feels like it feels either like you're in a online 2K game or it feels like you're actually in an NBA game. It's gonna be one or the other. Sometimes the scoring does get crazy, but it's kind of how the NBA is going now. It's just scoring and scoring. So yeah. But this is the 80s I think they're in right here at the moment. And this is supposed to be the MP MJ era. They're both with the Hawks. Um it's more the 80s, I want to say. There's George Gervin, Len Bias, Ron Harper. You got a good amount of everybody. Nate Archibald. And then there are still guys from like the draft classes that they were in that went to college against them. So like this guy right here played against MP and MJ in college. And yeah, see, so it's still there's still guys just generated in here to continue the storyline. Like this is like this you can actually make something like a storyline out of the like this this scenario and this league that I've created here. Um But yeah, this it's just got everybody. 70s, 80s kind of mixed in together kind of thing going on here. It's going into the early 90s, I want to say. You see some people are like older than they probably were whenever they were in the league to get them more stats wise. Because, like, let's see if I can look up league history. NBA records. We still got the legends from back then, as you can see. It's just the fact that I used DNA for like player DNA for them. So Frank doesn't look like Frank, he looks like MP. Fred doesn't look like Fred, he looks like MJ. Charles looks like Cliff, and then James looks like DJ. So it's just, but they are the ones that came before everyone. These are the pioneers. These are the ones that were on my earlier videos that I had back then of the 60s, the 50s, 60s. Um, yeah, you see BJ MP's up there. That's crazy. 15 turnovers is crazy. Um, just saying. And there's Frank C. And then Dave. He was he was pretty much that was a dynamic duo with them too. And then there's Charles, Big Red. So they're still etched in history. Connie was on the Cavs with Fast Break Frank. So they're still edged in history here, as you can see. Like their names are still up here. See, even Elgin has his. This is whenever he was playing around the same time as. You can tell by the years. The years will tell it all. The 80s and 90s of that date is pretty much the 50s and the 60s of the nation era. So yeah, and three pointers finally became relevant. Now, I think one of my last videos on the My League it was showing the three pointers came in. But yeah, so here's yeah, and of course Charles for the playoffs is up here, and then MP he went crazy that one game. Um, I think it was against Cliff actually when he did this. There's BJ and then Big Red. It's one of the goats. I would say out of this whole everybody. Frank is another one. Fast Break Frank was nasty. The points. So I wish I had got a screenshot or something or anything, but Big Red is supposed to be up there. Also, Fast Break Frank is supposed to be up there. So we only got Coop, we got Drew Jackson Senior, and then we got BJ, we got Ben Senior. Um, and then of course you see MJ's coming up there, and DJ Smith Senior's up there. So we still got all the guys. There's MP, but yeah, Big Red and Frank. I think Big Red had like 47,000 points, and Frank was right behind him, like 46,000 or 47 as well. And it just sucks that you can't see it. It really does. It really does. Um, but yeah, it's crazy, dude. And for Coop to be to be in the league when he was in the 50s and 60s, and then the 3 point line just to get like just got introduced not too long after. For him to be up here is crazy. But the other crazy thing is Fast Break Frank and Big Red, they're supposed to be up here as well. Big Red is actually supposed to be like third probably right now. Yeah, 1900 I think. And Fast Break Frank's somewhere down. He should be somewhere down here. So yeah, it's a lot of them should be up here. Big Red and Fast Break Frank, they should both be second and third. Assist, Big Red should be up here near Cooper and Actually, no, he should be more. Yeah, he's more like in this area where Dave and Lenny is at. And then you got Fastbreak Frank. I think he was down here somewhere. Big Red was more of the playmaking type, but he also got buckets. This is Lonnie Silk, Sonny Silk's dad. It's crazy. Like this whole league is just history, pretty much together within everything. There's Wilt up there, but like I said, Big Red, Fastbreak Frank, they should also be up there. It's just, and I'm pretty sure Big Red has the most. There's still, of course, Coop's up there and BJ's up there. Oh, it shows Charles for the minutes though, because I guess Cliff doesn't have as many minutes as him just yet. Shows him up there for that. That's good at least, I guess. Then the turnovers, hilarious. Okay, but at least you see the points per game. He's up here, but as soon as Cliff retires, you won't see him. But here he is, second place. That's with the quotations. He's really in first because you would take Wilt out because this isn't the Wilt that played with us. This is the Wilt in the in the like the real timeline, not in the nation timeline. Um, I think the same could be said for these guys. Yeah. So it's really Frank and Big Red that are first and second. And then there's Fred, there's Coop, there's BJ. Guys got buckets, man. These guys were getting buckets. They were getting buckets. It's DJ Senior. And I keep saying DJ Senior. I'll show you in a little bit why. There's Coop, Charles, there's Fastbreak Frank, there's Fred, BJ. Of course, they're up here. Yeah. Rebounds. Yeah, they averaged a double double, I think. I know Big Red did. I don't know about Fastbreak Frank. Yeah, he did too. Fred almost did. Pretty sure BJ and Cooper down there somewhere as well. And the BJ's right here. 7.3. There's a lot of McLeods out here. McLeods took over the league in the early years. Coop. Yeah, they took over the league in the early years for sure. Look, and then that's why I said Charles is most likely number one because he has the most blocks per game. There's Coop, Fred, Frank, BJ. They're all back to back. It's hilarious. So yeah, you see the McLeods literally everywhere. They're everywhere. His cousins are everywhere. And there's Clark Braxton. That's Cliff Braxton's dad. So 40-point games. Coop, his MPs are right here on his, but I'm pretty sure Frank and Big Red are supposed to be up here, but they're not, which sucks. I feel like Big Red was the only other person to have 100 besides Wilt. And Fast Break Frank had around 70 or 80, like Coop did. There's BJ, there's DJ, MJ. Let's see. Yeah, Cliff's up here, so that's why it's not showing. Yeah, 50-point games. DJ and Big Red and Fast Break Frank are not showing, but they should be up here for sure. They had probably like 20 both, like 20 apiece both of them. 50-point games, 60-point games. They're not even up here for this. Is wild. They took them out of almost all the record books, if that's the case. everyone of them should at least have one. Oh look, there's CJ, Calvin's dad. But yeah, at least one because you think about it, um, all of them should at least have one because they all have 100-point games. um, which is crazy. But Big Red, he definitely has more than just one. And Fastbury Frank has maybe like I don't know two. But yeah, and then Fastbury Frank and Big Red would be up here as well. He was number one. Fastbury Frank was somewhere down here. But yeah, he was number one. He had like 200. Big Red was literally, like I said, he was the GOAT. He just only got, what, two championships at that time. So, like, you go here, NBA history, here's the MVPs, everybody. It's mostly, I'm not gonna lie, it's mostly um, my players. Like, there's not too many. Like, so the league started 83, 84. Right here, Big Red. There's Fastbury Frank. There's Coop, BJ, Fastbury Frank, and like it just goes. Charles really was going crazy, and then when he left, as you can see, around the time he left is around here. That's when he retired. So Fred, BJ, Coop, and Frank, they were still in the league. They were still in the league. And yeah, and then here, like I said, here's the MJ era. Frank finally got him another one, like before he retired. I think he was the last one to retire, to be honest. I think it was Fred. Yeah, it was Coop and Alexander. They retired at the same time, and then Fred. Yeah. Rookie of the years, as you can see, they're still regular NBA players. CB comes in. They played like against each other in college. Him and MP. There's MJ right there. He got. I want to say he got a championship his rookie year. The only other person to do that was Charles. Was Big Red. So yeah. 6 man. I think BJ. Yeah, BJ has one of those. I think that's the only person from our people. Yeah. It's crazy to see Magic up here as a 6 man, but I want to say, let's see, the Spirits. I want to say they might have had Nate Archibald on that team as well. So Tiny Nate they might have had him starting over him, which is crazy. But yeah, it's Adrian Dantley and Julius. Like that's crazy. Like to have them on the same team together. And like that's another thing with this Molly. Like it just goes it goes to like crazy lineups and teams like you wouldn't even imagine. Look at this George Mikins down here. Whenever the league first started, it's Wilt, and then you get our players finally on the defensive boat here. I think Fred has the most of these, to be honest. Him or Frank, because those two, I'm not gonna lie, those two were something different. Like blocks and steals. Don't get me wrong, Charles, he had his amount of blocks. He only got one of these though, because he was so a force on offense. He's more of an offensive player. But two-way wise, yeah, definitely those guys were a problem. Fred and Frank. And Coop as well. Coop as well. No lie. Coop as well. Coop and BJ. So let's see here. We got Fagan, Casey Jones. I don't think any of Our guys are gonna be on here. They don't have the clutch players yet. So the champions are here. I don't think anyone's won except our players, to be honest with you. No. Alright, so BJ. Oh, BJ won the championship that year, not Charles. Okay. Okay. Hmm. But, but yeah. The Charles, like I said, he's right here. This is another reason why I say he might be like a GOAT. I mean, he played the era and then the team he had compared to everyone else's team. He was the main catalyst for his team. He has 3 MVPs, final MVPs, but only won 2 finals. That's some Jerry West ish. Um, that's some Jerry West ish right there. But but for sure, when it comes to rings in our players, I would say Fred and BJ. Those two definitely had the best teams. BJ's team would have been a dynasty compared to everyone else. Like his and Fred's, because just of the tier talent, like top tier talent that was on their teams, but the league was so top heavy because there's not enough teams like around then. There was only what I think in this time we had maybe 14 teams, maybe 16, and then putting all those players and talents on like together, it's gonna happen one way or another, you know. Look at this. This is why. Look at these scoring titles. Look at these scoring titles. All up until he was old. Oh, might be when he retired. Holy crap. Or is he still in the league? I might have to check that out. He might still be in the league. No, he couldn't be in the league because they wouldn't have showed his those stats from the last time. But yeah, dude, 30 point per games, like it's insane. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. Like, dude, like going for like our era, right? Or not our era, our our league. That's a lot. As you can see, it changes. Like something happened around this time. The scoring was just like the defense must have been on, or the scoring was just that bad. I don't know, one or the other. But the scoring was down. But you can see here, he's basically got 30 point per game all the time when he wins it. You see that? That's tough. How many is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scoring titles. 12 scoring titles. Frank, he had 33 one year. That's tough. I think Frank only has 2. BJ has 1, and yeah, MP definitely is a triple double machine. So and there's MJ up there. It's Cliff. See, everyone's just up there. And then this guy, he played with Coop and got a championship with Coop. Let's see what we got. There's Hakeem. There's Fred. There's Cliff. There's Fred. Fred. Big Red. There's Charles. Ogen. Charles. Bill Russell. Charles. Wilt. And then there's George Mikan. We got assist. Yeah, these assists you can't really like. No one's touching these assists, dog. No one's touching these assists. BJ, that he was he's he's one of those ones. Like, there's another Cloud. There's another McLeod, of course, and there's Coop. Yep. Yes, sir, indeedy. That's who started over Coop. It's kind of funny, like he started over Coop, and then when Coop, like they started letting, well, in daNation they started letting the black people start. Exactly. That is literally the only reason why he wasn't here, or any of the guys were here. Besides, you know, it was mostly Mike and or Charles or any of the other white guys, pretty much at this time. Getting stats and stuff like that. That's why you saw six man of the year was BJ. So yeah, let's see steals game. There's Frank, Coop, Frank, BJ. Yeah, it's MJ. That's one of his like rookie years, I think. Might be a sophomore year. And then look at Big Red getting steals. Yeah, he said I gotta be on everything. He's literally on everything. Like his name, you can't escape his name. His name is gonna be somewhere in the history books. It's amazing. It is. It's just amazing. Yeah, it's what Wilt, Charles, and like I can't even say Kareem because I feel like Kareem was not as dominant as he could have been in this timeline. Um, but Wilt, I think it's because he was playing around the time some of the other bigs that he was older than, I mean, younger than at the time, but they were still in the league in this timeline and not like the current timeline and leaving on the tail end of their careers. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Like Bill Russell was still in the league, Wilt was still in the league, Walt Bellamy. There's like a lot of the guys that were before Kareem. So they kind of challenged him. And then plus you got to add in our amount of players. Like most of them are bigs, anyways. Like Big Red, Frank, Fred, pretty much bigs. Even BJ, he's point guard, but he's big for point guard. So yeah, the battles though. Oh my gosh, Charles used to whoop the heck out of the Celtics, but the battles against the Pistons with Wilt and Kareem on the same team, those were fun. Those were fun, man. I kind of missed that era, but at the same time, like to get through all of what we got through, it's showing here. And then here's the Hall of Fame. There's BJ. Um, let's see here. Let me see his stats and everything. All Star championships, all that jazz. Let's see what we got. This Charles right here. Four MVPs, four MVPs. Let's see, three, two. MVPs, four MVPs. So he has the most. Oh no, he only has four too. All right, so Charles has four, Frank has four, and BJ has four. It's awesome though. Like you literally see their whole everything. You know, yeah. Goat for show. And the crazy thing is, he had the least games played out of everyone, like of the created players, and he was still on top with the points. He had, Let's see. I think the only person that have least games as him is Fred. Let's see how many did BJ have. BJ had less too. Okay. They probably would have been up like around where Frank was maybe or Cooper with the points like points, career points. But I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, that's another reason. Like, it's just Big Red was different. Big Red was different. But that's pretty much all I wanted to show you guys. All the scenarios. There's more. Like I said, we got those. That was the 82. Um, let's see, what's the next one? The next era would be DJ and D Smooth's era right here. It's like the early 2000s. Yeah, there's DMS. There's DJ. If you saw earlier, that DJ Smith. This is his son. It's Kevin Garnett, Jerry Stackhouse. See, there's Cliff. Cliff is here. Look at the age, though, as you can see, he's his tail end of his career. But the crazy thing is, I'll show you in a second. All right, there's D Smooth, little rookie, coming in on the scene. I think. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Then we got kind of a new thing here. See, they're still here. The guys are still here. So the stats, everything is, like I said, some of them has changed. As you can see, some names have changed. Yeah, but stuff is still up there too, as well. It's changing the jerseys is crazy. I'm just now seeing that. It's like the 70s, 60s, well, the 60s, 70s gear, and then it's the 80s, 90s. Okay, that's cool. Um, and that's another thing. They were in the league for a long time. We're in the league for a long time. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show. This isn't it. But look, MJ's here now for points in the season. All right, there's Cliff. All right, I guess it's not on this one, but you can see he's definitely above. MJ's definitely above. And then, Big Red would be right here in third place, 47,000. But yeah, but now Coop's gone because DMS is has his DNA. So it kind of that's another heads up for guys. Like if you do use my play, like you can either try to make your own like DNA, and then that might keep it where your guys' stats will stay in place, unlike mine did. But yeah. Oh yeah, he's still in the league. That's probably why it didn't show what it was. But he hit 50,000 guys. He hit 50,000 points. It's insane. Like to even think of that. But yeah, he hit 50,000 points. Let's see where are we at here. This is it right here. Yeah, see look, 52,000 points, dude. And then there's DMS. So yeah. But that's kind of how some people look back on time. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. And then the crazy thing is BJ. He's gonna probably disappear here sooner or later as well because Sonny Silk is coming in to the league and he uses his DNA. So yeah. But that's kind of how some people do look at the history of everything in the game. Like we overshadow the the pioneers. So like this isn't nothing. Like it would have happened either way. Like people would have been like overlooking Big Red's time, but he definitely was like of that era. Like, you could say the Wilt Chamberlain of that time, even though there was already a Wilt. But out of my mob players, yeah. And then you could say Cliff is like the Kareem, or yeah, the Kareem. To be honest, that's who you could say that would be. That's supposed to be like the 2010s, and then there's more people coming into the league now. So let me see here. Roster. You got TKO, Tyrone King, one of the last my players that I used like as a persona back in. I think I used him for 2K18 and 19, and then after that I started doing no and 2K20. Yeah, 2K20 and oh shoot, I think at 22 I kinda had him, and then I changed it to I forgot who I said that guy was. I think I used him as Hal Greer, but not too many people know who Hal Greer was. There's Calvin Johnson, aka also Cal Johnson's son. I'll show you him in a second. There's D Smooth, and there's D'Angelo Jones. Yes, D'Angelo Jones, and there's Sonny Silk, Lonnie Silk's son. All right, so where's all right? There's JoJo York. I don't see him. Where's his brother? Let me see. How old is D'Angelo? Yeah, so his brother should be in here. There's his brother. Okay, there's all right. There's Tyshawn Jones. Okay, okay, cool. So basically, right, these guys are MJ's sons. The height difference is crazy. Yes, I don't even know if y'all noticed. He is 7'6", right? DJ is 5'9". He's the big little brother. That's what he is. And that was the big little brother. Tyshawn is. But yeah, this is his kids. This is MJ's kids. As you can see, the family, like the bloodline just continues to run through. Like there's second generation, third generation people in the NBA with this with my players. Cause it's basically been like that since I've been playing 2K. Like I've always either remade my players or I updated them and did something different with them. Like I did with the grandparents thing. I wasn't even thinking of trying it out until like I thought about it. I was like, I ain't done a retro league in a while. Let me do a retro league. Oh, you know what? I could really connect it to my current league. So I did that, and this is what came of it. And it's a lot of crazy adaptations and everything. And as you can see, there's certain teams that aren't in the league that you would think that would be in the league. Like like this is there was no Grizzlies. No one ever became the Grizzlies. They always stayed the Sound. There was Memphis Hustle back in the 70s, in the 80s, and they turned to the Sound. You know, Virginia Storm came in. There were used to be the Squires. Like you can literally see it in the history. Let's see. The Supersonics have always been. They say they have never left. There's the Clippers. They used to be in San Diego, but I don't think you'll be able to see it anywhere. See, look, Kentucky Colonels, Louisville Liberty now, Virginia Squires, Virginia Storm now. It just like you know, real life. Sacramento Kings. I don't think they were Sacramento Kings when Fred was playing with them though. They were the Kansas City Kings. So I don't know why it says Sacramento Kings right there. They probably just switched to Sacramento whenever. I think that was his last year. So yeah. But you can see it everywhere. Like let me see. Let's see if I can find another one. Pretty sure I can. Let's see, Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. St. Louis Spirits. They're not the St. Louis Spirits anymore. I don't know if I can find them up here. Bronx Brawlers, San Diego Surf, New Orleans Jazz has always been Jazz. They stayed it through the years. Buffalo Braves are still here too, but it's Washington Bullets. They're not the Bullets anymore. They're the Wizards now. Just like in real time. But yeah. Okay, there they are. St. Louis Spirits turned into Omar Airman. Yep. And then there's like a bunch of expansion teams, of course, and then the OG teams. There's Buffalo Braves. They stayed in for the longest. Portland Trailblazers. Back in the 50s, 60s, they were the Steamrollers in this timeline. So yeah, everything. Yeah. Even the Kings weren't always Kings. They were the Royals. I had them as the Royals. I even had Los Angeles and Minneapolis. Yeah. I had Houston. I had Houston and San Diego. There's a lot of things. Chicago was the Stags when it first started. These were the Milwaukee Blackhawks. Now there's Milwaukee Bucks here. Like I said, Los Angeles Clippers used to be San Diego Clippers. So Brooklyn Nets used to be New Jersey Nets and New York Nets. Just like the real time. Everything, like if you use my scenarios, you will see like the change of it all as well, just like I did, and it's amazing to see it in real time how everything works. It is amazing. Last but not least, these are my two ones that I just added in. I have a FIBA. Of course, I got my WNBA. I need to upload some more of those. But yeah, I got the FIBA and the summer runs. So here we go with the FIBA. So I have it with all the people from the current day. So like the current league that I have in daNation's timeline is combined with this. So yeah, as you can see, there's Drew Jackson's son right there. And then there's Xavier. It's Frank's, well, not his son, that's his grandson. And that's Frank's grandson. All German. Because he was from Germany. If you would if you don't know, he's German. I can't even show you because I have no slot open for it. I would go back and right click over his name and show you. There's Peterson. Yes, MP, just like the other Spain. But it's not even from his dad. It's from his grandfather. His grandfather was on the same team as Frank. What was his name? His name was it Ezekiel Peterson, and yep, Spain. And the crazy thing is, he was in college, uh, the college hoops. My league I have playing against these two, and all the other grandsons of this era. I mean, this timeline. And here's Alexander, and look at this. Here's his brother. You don't get to see his brother because his brother's in the other league, in the NABA league that I have, the customized league that I have, the one that rivals the NBA. You wouldn't even know. And the crazy thing is, DJ has a brother that's in that one too. I just didn't add him to the German team. I didn't even add him to the German team. I still got to add him to the German team. But yeah, they have twin brothers. Both Cooper, ABC, and DJ. They both have twin brothers. So, and let's see, we got Australia. There's BJ, and there's Big Red. This is his grandson, Red, named after his grandfather. Yeah, and then Benjamin, named after his grandfather. Australian natives grew up together. His age is wrong, but yeah, they literally grew up together and then played college against each other, or high school together, but played college against each other because Benjamin, if y'all know from my college videos, he went to Arizona, Red went to UCLA. Rivalry much, you know? Besides USC, of course, but yeah, the rivalry. But it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. And then, of course, you got JoJo, and there's TKO. Like I said, bro, there's Cooper Flags, Ace Bailey, Evan Mobley. Like, this is the whole USA team. There's Elijah Arenas, Gilbert Arenas' son. So it just, this is it, bro. Like, we did this. We did this. There's the Preston and the Peyton Yang twins, the Yang twins. They're not really twins, they're just brothers. I just call them the twins. They used to play on North Carolina. They were on the North Carolina team on the college hoops. Yeah, it's crazy. They're all here. They're all here. He was on, I think, what was it, California or Notre Dame or something. Yeah, he's right here with Luca, hooping with Luca. Edgecombe. Look at that. Cambridge. Cambridge was on Ohio State. Possibly Iowa State. But yeah, like everyone's here. Like all these guys are also in the current league that I have up, and they're also in the college hoops league. But depending on if I shared the scenario during everyone's freshman year or if I shared it whenever um, the guys that did one and done, which were ABC and DJ, if I did the one and done whenever they left the schools, that means there'd be some people wouldn't be there because they would have got drafted at the same time DJ and ABC did. But as you can see, everyone's here. This is this is amazing. This is amazing. It's just so it's graphed out so perfectly, and my settings and everything are already set up for you, so you don't really have to do much. You just plug and play, bro. You don't want to use my players. It's all cool. Use your own my players. Have your own fun. Just it's just creativity of it all. Like we have literally 15 slots. I know people that use all their slots for my players. Dude, what do you need 15 my players for? 15? Like you have no life. I'm sorry. It's just no. You're wasting money at that point. And if you did no money on those builds, yeah, something's wrong. Cause 15 builds, no money, you're just playing and playing. Like no, that's insane. I mean, but if that's what gets you going, that's what gets you going. I'm just not that type of dude to do that. Like I can't do that anymore. Especially with how this 2K set up. I have to make this 2K fun. So that's why I said like this is very creative what I've done, but at the same time my settings, my sliders and everything make it fun, like even more fun, you know. Um but here's the see everyone's still here. Everyone is literally still here, as you can see. They got on the same team. And speaking of, I forgot, Cat, he was on the Canada team. I didn't get to show him, but yeah, he was on the Canada team with Shay of the SGA and all of them. I forgot to even show him. That's Fred's grandson. But yeah, man. I can show you court real quick as well. It's really just either the Drew League court or the Inglewood Basketball League court. Let me see here. Let me see arena. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Floor. There we go. All right, yeah, that's what it looks like. So there's a little crowd there. It's nothing too crazy. It's like the old summer league. I think Orlando Magic Summer League court that they used to do back in the like 2010s and early 2000s. They used to have like two summer leagues set up like that. There's one in Orlando and another one in Las Vegas. I think now it's just in Las Vegas. Um, but yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. If you did, it's all cool. I hope you get the gist of what's going on here. If you didn't, just leave a comment. I'll explain more. It's not that hard though. It's just a whole different timeline. Just think of it a whole nother timeline, a whole nother universe. That's what daNation is. It's a whole different universe. There's still some real people in it, but we plug and play our own players into it. Have fun. As always, DMP Gamer out. Peace.